Hey Renee, I'm back. And as you can see, today I'm here to talk about this month, no, this fall's anticipated reads. So yeah, already did one with August, and now I'm going to do one where I talk about anticipated reads coming out for the rest of the year. So August, September, October, November, December, the rest of the year. So yeah, I have a fun little list here. But also always there's probably always going to be books that I haven't heard about or that I didn't realize are coming out this year and not like early next year. So if you see me in November, October talking about like, this book is coming out, it's coming out soon, don't think that I lied today. It's just that I didn't know about those books. I mean, even me, who try to keep up to date about a lot of books, can't keep up to date about all the books because there's a lot of potentially amazing books out there. I mean, you have sequels of books that you really enjoyed, you have books by authors that you really enjoyed, you have debut authors, you have authors you didn't know about, but like suddenly are coming with an amazing new book. I mean, there's a lot of options for amazing books out there. So, yeah. And as usual, I'm not really gonna do the whole in correct order thing. I'm just gonna mention them. And yeah, some of these, and the list is a mix of known to me authors, a mix of sequels, second books, what have you. And let's get to it. First, randomly, as usual, not really a specific idea behind the order, but yeah, first we have The Last Devil to Die by Richard Osman. This will be the fourth and last in the First Day Murder Club series. It's actually his first series, but he writes amazingly, so you don't really know that he hasn't really, like written stuff before. All his books are amazing. Like, yeah, well, honestly, I would say like the first book is amazing, second book is amazing plus two, and then the third book is absolutely amazing. So like the books, they always overdo themselves. So yeah, very much looking forward to this one. Though yeah, it's a bit sad. It's the last one, but then again, all good things must come to an end. I believe this one is coming out in October. Yes, I do know. Like sometimes I'm not gonna mention the release date, sometimes I'm not, but I know the releases of this one, so yeah, mention it. It already has a title. It already has a cover and summary. I'm not gonna like go that deep into that because I have a long list, so I'm just gonna move forward with my list. And yeah, as you might know, I don't really usually go deep into things on like anticipated reads videos. I just kind of mention them, and then if the title or the author intrigues you, you could check it out yourself. Then next we have The Chalice of the Gods by Rick Riordan. This is the sixth Percy Jackson and Olympians books because okay, so it comes out like in the chronological order. It's set after now I'm blacking out the last battle, which is the last one is in the Heroes of Olympus. No, in the an Olympians series, but it's set before Heroes of Olympus. But it's kind of like a standalone adventure. Like you don't have to have read any other stuff, but like it just referenced stuff that happened like in Lightning Thief and whatever. So yeah, me as a big PJO fangirl, yeah, absolutely very much looking forward to this one. So yeah, I'm gonna order that soon, I think. And yeah, that one's out in September. And of course, but yeah, Waterstones has its own edition, which looks very nice. And then the American cover doesn't look bad either, but I really like the UK cover for this one. And yeah. Then we have A Rain by Catherine McGee. This is again a fourth book, not really on purpose, but yeah, this is also a fourth book in the American Royal series. I think this is the last one. Though I might be mistaken because for a long time I was thinking like this was going to be a duet, and then suddenly there's a third book, and now it's a fourth book. So I'm not quite sure because I feel like in a way you could like have lots of books here, but I feel also like I felt like the third book kind of was moving towards end with like wrapping things up in the fourth book. So could be doing that. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I love it. It's gossipy, dramatic, fun. It's set in a contemporary world, but in this world, American has, I mean, United States has royals, and you have uh, the Tsar in Russia is still a thing. You have royals in France, so I suppose all the royals that used to have royals still have royals, so it's a world of royals. Though I think there's some presidents in there, but yeah, mostly it's like royals around the world. But yeah, it's set in present day, and yeah, I very much like it. So excited to read this next book. Then we have Tilly in Technicolor, which is a book, um, contemporary read set in where the main character she is a PA, personal assistant to her sister, and she travels around Europe for the job because reasons. And yeah, I always like those kinds of books. So yeah. Also the cover looks very nice. So yeah. Then we have The Tempest of Tea. I don't quite remember what this is about, but The Tempest of Tea. I love tea. I don't really need anything more than that. So yeah, that's all I need to be interested in this book. Then we have The Marble Queen, which again I don't really remember like what it's about. I mean, yeah, I don't always mention the author when I write things down. I'm that smart. But yeah, The Marble Queen, I just think that just kind of sounds like a very nice cover, very nice title. So yeah, I don't remember if it's historical fantasy or whatever, but The Marble Queen. Yeah, I very much like that title, and hopefully it lives up to the title. Though, yeah, I am doing this anticipated reads video, but that doesn't mean I'm going to read all these books in the fall. But then again, maybe I will. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah. And then we have the Library of Souls, which yeah, library. Sorry, the Library of Shadows, which yeah, do you know? I think like Shadows is kind of like a cliche title, well, wooden title, but I still kind of like Shadow in a title. And library, of course, anytime something has the word library in it, I'm all for it. So yeah, I believe this is fantasy based. I think it might be like you travel by books, or maybe it's time travel. But anywho, excited for it. Then we have Thieves Gambit, which this one I remember a bit about. It's been described as Downton Abbey, but like with a heist element to it. And yeah, those kinds of things interest me greatly. Then we have The British Girl's Guide to Heartbreak and Hurricanes, which is the second one in the contemporary companion series. The first one was American's Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. And yeah, so in this one, one of her friends from the first book goes to Florida, so like the other way around. And yeah, there's heartbreaks, there's hurricanes because Florida and stuff happens. And yeah, excited to read it. And then we have Sinners Sissel. I don't know what else I can was writing this down. Sinner's Isle, Sinners Isle. I don't know, something Sinner. And yeah, again, I don't have written down an offer here, but I think just Sinner in the title kind of intrigues me. I mean, now it sounds like I'm like a big Christian, like I have to read all the books about sinners. Not that way, but like I don't know, sinner kind of gives you all these associations, and yeah, I'm intrigued. And then we have Artifacts of an Ex, which I just kind of recently discovered. It's a contemporary book, all about like in the first chapter she gets stumped, and instead of throwing away the things from her ex, she decides to make a art exhibit out of it. So it's kind of like yeah, a kind of sad, bittersweet, nice contemporary read. And yeah, here for it. Definitely here for it. Then we have The Pirate and the Porcelain Girl, which has been described for fans of Prince and Dressmaker. It's a YA comic book, well, sorry, YA graphic book of a novel. And yeah, just title The Pirates and the Porcelain Girl. Of course, you have to read that. You have to read it. So yeah, very much here for it. Then we have Our Cursed Love by Sully Abe. So this one I remember a bit about. So this is about this couple and they're going through a hard time and they go to a fortune teller because why not? And the fortune teller tells them that they're gonna go through a bad time and like something along those lines. And then when they walk outside the fortune teller's place, one of them don't remember the other one, and the other one something happens to the other one as well. And like yeah, so they have to get back together by a timeline. And yeah, I think this just sounds so cool and nice. So very much here for it. Then we have A Room of One's Own, The Forgotten Women of Rome. So this is a non-fiction book all about the women in ancient Rome. Often when you talk about historical non-fiction or just like history in general, you can often, well, yeah, non-fiction, you often think like about all the leading men and whatnot. But women also had a place in ancient Rome. They also did stuff like they were wives, daughters, sisters. They were people in and of themselves. They had lives, and yeah, I'm intrigued to read this one. Then we have Freakin' Flowers, which is a love story, where they two people who often use the same like plane. They meet each other on the plane, and then sparks fly. And yeah, I think that sounds like a nice, nice idea, like a nice setting for a love story. So yeah. Then we have Boleyn Time, which is uh, a story about someone going back to the time of Anne Boleyn and falling in love with her. I believe it's time travel and Boleyn. So yeah, that's kind of. I mean, time travel is kind of all I need really. So yeah, definitely here for that. And then we have A Winter in New York, which I don't remember anything about at all. I have not written down the author, but A Winter in New York sounds like a nice time. So yeah, I'm gonna check it out when it comes out. Well, check it out. I don't remember much about it, but I suppose I might check it out. So yeah, and then we have This Spells Love again. Yeah, I think this one is actually urban fantasy, adult urban fantasy, love, romance. I think it might be the first in the series, and that's what I remember about that one. But yeah, then we have My Rogue to Ruin, which is the fourth in the Winchester Winchester siblings series, which is by Erica Ridley. It's a historical romance slash heist story because all the books have a heist or like a murder or like a mystery element to them. And yeah, loving the series. So yeah. And then we have Wild Magic. I don't remember what this is about at all, but fun title. So yeah, I'm as careful as you are or not. And then we have To Free the Stars. To Free the Stars. That's also a very nice title. I think yeah, a lot of these are just so nice titles. To Free the Stars. I don't remember what it's about at all, if it's YA or adult or whatnot. But yeah, I really like the sound of that title. To Free the Stars. Yeah, I do like it. So yeah. Then we have Annie Duke in a Storm, which I suppose, as you can kind of guess, it's a adult historical romance. And I suppose they meet in a storm. I think maybe she's desperate to get a husband. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I mean, there's a reason I wrote it down. So yeah. And then we have the Once and Future Fling, which I think this might be about someone going back in time to date someone from Camelot, or because I remember one of these being like all about like a time travel company that they went back in time to like give people romances back in time, which I think like it's a cool idea, but I'm like, would you want to go back in time with a purpose of finding a love? Because I mean, for me, I would like to travel back in time, yes, but to live in the olden days, I mean, most of the olden days weren't all that fun for a period of time. I mean, diseases, rights was not a thing. I mean, there's a lot of things that you did not have that you have today. So I don't know, going back in time to live for like if you find love in to find love in the past. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of fun to read in a book. Anyway, uh, Flirting with Danger by Janet Wallach. Flirting with Danger, nice title. I think it's an adult book. That's what I remember right. I suppose I could check it out, like just like Google it right now. What's this book's about? But I kind of like just not remembering much, not knowing much. It's kind of fun going to something, not knowing much. Then we have Rental Person Does Nothing. So this is this is a non-fiction book about a guy who for 1 year said like on a like webpage that he could people could hire him to do something to do nothing. Which I don't really. Why would you pay someone to do nothing? Like, what does nothing mean? Like, does it just mean don't do anything specific? Does it just mean hire someone from just to just sit on your couch? What does it mean? So I'm very curious with this one. Very curious. I know that it's already like out. I believe it's already out. Maybe it's out soon. But yeah, so I'm intrigued to read that one. And then we have Inverse Cowgirl, another non-fiction book, all about intersex and yeah, biography of an intersex person. And yeah, I like those kinds of books. And then we have the autistics, autistics. I don't read my own writing. I should be able to do that. I don't. Yeah. But anyway, it's a book about a woman on the spectrum. And yeah, quite often when you think about people on the spectrum, you think about Sheldon, though he wasn't diagnosed. You think about a Rain Man. Like a lot of people on the spectrum in media and stuff are men, while like a lot of women also are on the spectrum. So kind of fun to like how our see our side and read about how women are affected by autism. And yeah, then we have Fearless Woman, which is a movie about fearless women in the United States. And yeah, here for biography books about women anytime, anywhere, really. And then we have Caught in a Bad Romance, which I'm assuming it's a fake dating trope story. I know it's a YA book. I believe it's a gay love story, but I might be wrong there. And yeah, this one looks nice and cool. Then we have The First Date Prophecy, which I don't remember much about, but yeah, just The First Date Prophecy. I love this title. I think this might be my favorite title of this whole list. The First Date, which is just so normal. Then First Date Prophecy. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And then we have The Body in the Blitz, which is the second book in the Murder Most Unladylike sorry, in the Ministry. Yeah, I was saying the wrong series there. In the Ministry of Unladylike Activity, which is a series of spies and murders during the Second World War. And yeah, so this is the second book, The Body in the Blitz. I just read the first one, which I very much enjoyed. So yeah, excited to get the second one. I mean, the second one first one I have in paperback, so I'm probably not going to read the second one before next year. I thought maybe I'll find it in the library. Yeah, anyway. And yeah, And that, my dear friends, is the reads I'm looking forward to this fall. And yeah, if you have any anticipated reads you want to talk about, you can do that. If you want to just say hi, if you agree with me on any of these reads, you can do that. And yeah, hope you're having a nice day, evening, morning, whatever, wherever you are. And see you soon. Bye.